Good morning, Rancho. Don't you just want to say it like that Robin Williams movie? I'm not going to do it. I'll probably end up getting kicked off of YouTube or something. So it's between Christmas and New Year's right now. I've had a lot of positive response, actually all positive response, about the notion of this show. And I've got half dozen or so people lined up, businesses and people who have, what's the word? Activist type of things. They want to get the word out about some things that are going on. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to just do a short cooking segment for some reason. Because I want to bring out my inner Julia Childs, as it were. I love things that are on sale. I know that sounds peculiar, but if it's electronics, music equipment, or food, I have a hard time not buying it. So between like Thanksgiving and Christmas, if you go at the right times, the right stores, you'll find like turkeys and hams on sale. So the other day, Ralph's was having a big sale. I got 4 hams and 2 turkeys for $37. I got a big family, so I like to do that. I got an outside freezer, so I freeze them and I have a lot of turkey. So since you're not just having turkey once a year, it gives you the option to experiment a little bit. So I've actually done, I've taken taco seasoning and I've put it on the turkey, and that was really good. I've done, barbecue, rub on the turkey. But one of the things that I came up with, I was going through a phase about 5 or 6 years ago where I wanted to put habanero in everything. So I did Jell-O and I did brownies and coconut cream pie, and I came up with this idea for the turkey. And it's really good if you like spicy food. It's not like horribly spicy, but it is spicy. And the side effect is you get this nice spicy gravy on top of it. So I'm going to run you down what I do to do this. So the first thing is, I'll do this before I put my gloves on, is I love to use these bags, right? These things are awesome. Here's your trick if you don't already know this. So you get the cooking bag for the turkeys. This is a big turkey. It's over 18 pounds. Hopefully it fits. And you stick it in the oven, breast down. You almost can't cook it too long. I won't say literally, because you could cook it too long if you left it in for a day or two. But I'm going to probably leave this thing in, 7 hours, something like that. We'll see how it goes. So you need to, if you want to keep this from sticking, you put a tablespoon of flour in there, shake it around, and kind of get it dusted in the bag. Right? So that's good to go. Now, the reason I like this is when you take the turkey out, and we'll see how this goes, you don't even have to cut it, actually. It literally falls apart. And sometimes it falls apart so much there is no bone, or there's no meat left on the bone. And I like to make soup out of the carcass. So in the case where there's no meat left on the bone, I just actually cook down the bones in an Instapot. Now, those things are awesome for about, 40, 50 minutes. Just fill it up as much as you can with the bones and the water. Cook it down. Now you got a broth that you can use. I like to make split pea soup with it. However, if there is meat on the bones, you do the same thing. Put it in the Instapot. Cook it down. And then strain off that liquid to make soup. Throw in your carrots, your celery, your onions, and put that in a crock pot. Then as the meat cools, you can pick that off the bone, throw it in the crock pot with everything else. Sometimes I'll throw lentils in with it, to beef it up a little bit. Anyway, it's really good. So the first thing I got to do, can you see me over here? Yes, you can. Where did I put my knife? Here it is. I've got this lovely habanero. Ooh, safety. I cannot tell you how many times I have cut peppers and rubbed my eyes or something else. Now here's a hot tip in general. So if your mouth is burning, a lot of you may know this, if your mouth is burning, or if you burnt something with a pepper, the only way to break up those capsaicin molecules is like with fat. So if you eat bread or drink milk, more fat in it the better. That will break up the molecule chain and it'll go away. And that was kind of what I was trying to do with the habaneros in cooking originally, is I wanted to come up with a way to keep the flavor and a bit of the heat, but without the burn. And that was what I worked out using fat molecules, with different kinds of things I would put in the chili and such. So if you do like I've done way too many times, you cut it without gloves on, you rub your eye, you need to get milk in your eye. The easiest way to do that, and this works, is put milk like in a shot glass and just open your eye up and blink it a whole bunch, and that will get it out faster than anything. If you've got it all over your hands, similar deal, pour some milk on, rub it. This thing is actually really cool. Another hot tip. So check this out. All this is a bit of stainless steel, right? They sell these, they look sometimes in the shape of soap. So if you're cutting onions or garlic, strangely, the stainless steel, again, breaks up the molecules around the smell. Like soap won't get it off. You take that and you just rub it around on your hands. You can use a stainless steel spoon or pot. I've done it with all that before I picked that thing up. It's really bizarre. It totally works. Can't remember how I learned it, but it totally works. So, knife. This is what we're going to do. All I'm going to do is cut the top of the habanero off. Sometimes I just use olive oil. I like this blend. It's got grapeseed oil and canola oil in it as well, which raises the smoke point on it a bit. And now with the gloves on, I can't get this thing open. There we go. All right. So since I'm a rebel, I don't actually measure anything. I never learned how to cook specifically. I just sort of figured things out as I got older and discovered I'd like to eat certain things. So I've got to stop saying the word so, but I've got this magic bullet thing, or this one's the NutriBullet, and I stick it in here. I do the same thing with chili. I use like a cup of red wine, like a Cabernet Zinfandel, and a habanero, and I blend it up. That way I don't have to cut it and deal with that. Okay, that's it. Now, I strongly suggest you do not smell this, right? I might splice in a little bit of video here of a guy I had smell it. It's like snorting fire ants.
Just take a big whiff of that. Smell that. It's like snorting fire ants.
I know. Okay? Don't smell it. All right. So we got that. Now what I'm going to do is I made this thing here. Can you see it? All right. What that is 4 cloves of garlic that I minced, about 10 leaves of basil out of my garden, some olive oil, and some salt and pepper. And what I'm going to do is, I've got the turkey here. Let's get this out of the way. And we'll move this for now. So I'm going to put this mixture under the breast skin. So, as all of my staff is off today for the holidays, right? So we just get in here and you work your fingers up in there, separate the skin from the meat. It's really gross to do. It took me a long time before I could handle sticking my fingers inside poultry and stuff. It used to make me gag a little bit. Now I'm just going to shovel some of this up in there. Because remember, we're going to have this breast down. And the only downside to this bag technique and the breast down technique is that this skin will not get crispy on the breast side. What I do, if I'm really hankering for turkey skin, because the one side of the turkey just wasn't enough, is you can actually pull it off and just bake it if you really, really want to have some fried or baked turkey skin. Okay, so that's got all that in there. That's going to help contribute to the flavor on that on that gravy when we get to it. Okay, let's bounce this around some more. Now, I do suggest, if you've got somebody else around that can give you a hand, have them help with this part, because it's a little awkward getting a near 20-pound bird inside one of these bags. I used to oil this before I put it in, but it made it really, really awkward. So now, stick it in there first, and so, right? And now remember, you've been touching poultry, so you got to wash everything up really good afterwards. So now I just pour it down on things and let it all do what it wants to in the process. Now I don't like to put a whole lot of salt on stuff. It's one reason why I use a lot of peppers. That started originally when I had high blood pressure, which is all under control now, but I don't know, you get used to having a lot less salt on your food, so now I just like to use jalapenos and habanero, sometimes Anaheim or those yellow peppers, and you twist that baby and you just slide that down, and then you stick it in the oven for the rest of the day. Really, all you got to do is eyeball it. When that's brown, like in kind of a deep brown, then it's good to go. And that's it. So I'm going to come back when this sucker's done, and we'll pull it out, and we'll see how much it falls apart. Okay, thanks for sticking with me. I've got all sorts of other weird things that I do. Oh, I don't know. I make a lot of weird things. I don't know how often I'll do this. I'm just doing it kind of as a filler between the holidays, and I had a couple people say that they wanted to know how I did this. So I figured, what the heck? All right, I'll see you back here. Well, for me, it'll be about 5 or 6 hours. For you, it will be instantaneous. And through the magic of time lapse, well, not so much that as pausing, the turkey is now done. So I let that baby cook for 5 hours. I'm going to pull it out right now, and I'll let you see what this thing looks like. Alright, I might have to manually move the camera around. Okay. Holy smokes. Okay. Yeah, you gotta see this close up. So I'll do a little handy cam work here. Let's see. Alright, you see the bone there, the whole thing just falling apart. This thing's up to here in juices. So we're gonna go ahead and put the camera back. See if we got a decent angle there. And yeah, it's gonna look terrible. See if we can fix it in editing. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the bag open and let the juice come out. And use that for gravy in a little bit here. Which reminds me, I need to take this stuff out for the gravy. So I'm not going to show you how I make gravy because the way I make it's a little weird. Reminds me I need that. Okay. So let's continue debagging the turkey. Now what you're going to see is this sucker is going to basically just disintegrate when I go to put it on the carving board. Carving is really not even going to be an issue here. I don't think I can even get it out without it just falling into pieces. There it is. See that? Alright, holy smokes. This thing is just beautiful. Let's see, try a little of that. Oh yeah. There we go. Yep. See if we can get the rest of this out. It's going to be a challenge. I don't even know if I can make soup with this. It's just going to fall apart. There we go. Like I said, the only downside is anything that's down below in the liquid is, see, like this wing, it's all rubbery. So that's the only downside. But this sucker is so moist and just falling apart. Gorgeous. All right. So that's how you get a fine turkey going during the holidays on a cloudy, cold day. And we're going to get some gravy going. And that's it, Rancho. So, if you have a business, if you've got something you want to talk about, if you want to bring attention to something, let me know at goodmorningrancho@gmail.com. See, I'm standing in the steam here. And we'll get you dialed in. This is meant to be a community program. Maybe you got something interesting you want to cook. I don't want to turn it into a cooking show, but I don't know, maybe during the slow periods we'll do stuff like that. Okay? Tell your friends, like the Facebook page, like the YouTube channel. Make sure to click on the bell and sign up, like it, follow it, and that will help us to grow it and do everything that we can for the community and all our friends here at large. Thank you for joining us today.